we've done a lot of work with that. Roles, right? What am I responsible for? What's in my life? You're a mom, business owner, a wife, a daughter, a friend, a godly woman. Like, how do you live presently? And do you even feel balance is an achievable thing?
Well, for a long time, I was always striving for this balanced life because, I go back to David, especially when I traveled weekly, and I traveled weekly for probably about 6 years on a consistent basis. As we've talked about, we serve the consumers face to face. So I was gone typically Monday through Wednesday. And so I just remember being gone those days. I mean, David and I, we laugh about it now, but I would really have to shut that part, my mom brain on. So those moms out there that are listening to this, because you've got to shut that part off, because it's like, I can't be at home with my kids or with my husband. I can't control what's going on, right? To make sure that they've had a bath, they've ate, all these things, these list of things that roll through your mom's head. And so when I was out there traveling, I mean, I'm not saying it was the right thing, but David and I really didn't talk because I was out there working to work my way back home. Now think about it, full commission sales. So I had to get in front of a number of folks to sit down, go through the process in order to create applications to essentially feed our family. So, working late until the evening, that was my goal. And so a lot of times Dave would already be asleep. I may reach out to him at 10 or 11, but more than likely he was already asleep because he was getting up at 6, 7 to take the kids to school. And that was just kind of our routine. He knew, David was so great about not really reaching out unless like the house was on fire. And even sometimes if the house was on fire, he probably wouldn't reach out. But he did a great job of that. Because,
literally was that.
No. But
there were probably a few fires.
Yes, for sure. But, shutting that part of my brain off while you're out there, because when I came back home on Thursday, that was always a transition day. And that was always a challenging day for me because I'm going back into mom mode. I'm trying to figure out, basically they've been used to dad and grandparents, and everyone parents different than the way that mom does. It's not good or bad. It's just different. And so, getting back into that role of mom, it was challenging. It was very much a challenge. I struggled a lot on Thursdays. I mean, that was something that was those first 12 hours, it was like, oh my gosh, now I'm back into it. But I was so grateful that I was able to out there to do what I was able to do, for our family, because those sacrifices, those small sacrifices is what really allowed us to move our business. It really was. David, one of the things that I think about when I think about sacrifices is when we went to that Rachel Hollis conference, and I know I reference this a lot, but I took a lot away from that back in 2019. And when she had us write down, she had those little, the little notebooks. What is it called?
Roadmap?
The Start Today journal, where you wrote your gratitude and then you wrote your 10 goals. Well, her idea was, hey, write your goals as though they already happened, though they had already happened. So I was writing, because again, guys and girls listening, I was already traveling and I wanted to be at home. I wanted to have the opportunity to choose to be at home when my son Locke started kindergarten. That was always my goal. So I wrote, hey, I'm so thankful that I'm at home with Locke now that he started kindergarten. And I mean, I started writing that when Locke was 2 years old. And the crazy thing is when he started kindergarten, I had that opportunity to be at home with him.
Oh yeah, you did. And you passed that opportunity to teach kindergarten through COVID. I remember it well.